Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. My name is Lavanya and I'm a qualified chartered. I have somebody who recently qualified and you guys who are probably watching this were also recently qualified. There are a lot of um stress regarding, your interviews, and I think the more interviews you give is only when you get better at it. So the first thing I would say is don't go into an interview thinking that and beating yourself up if you don't crack it, right? It happens to the best of us. It happens to the all of us. And through this video, my main objective is to actually highlight some of the mistakes I made in my interview journey. And when I look back with specific companies, I realized that, oh, this was what I could have done. So my the first interview that I ever gave was with Bisha, and it was for a controllership role. And I didn't know, like, Disha actually has very technical, right? So each company has a certain style of interviews that they take. And I would suggest do reach out to people in similar positions in that company to get an understanding of what kind of questions they may expect, because that helps you prepare better. So for Disha, I didn't know, right, about how technical it will be. So ensure that, your technical skills are up to the mark. Ensure that you're working on all your NDSs, because after, the 2 month long break or whatever, post our exams, right, we have actually lost touch with a lot, small things. So your technical questions are not going to be the toughest in the world, and, things about pronouncements and things like that. No, they're going to be your basics. Like I was asked that, can you depreciate a ROU asset, right? And I didn't know. I didn't remember it, right? I had to go back and read up about it. So ensure that you're going through your list of indexes and, you're going through the institute material. Actually, I realize the institute material helps a lot because they have examples. And a lot of the times, a lot of company recruiters tend to ask similar examples. So, first thing is prepare your technicals. Second is reach out to somebody in that particular role in the company. Now, the third thing is, as I mentioned, each company has a vibe of the kind of questioning. My next interview was with Vedanta for a management review. Vedanta, as you know, is a manufacturing company. So obviously in my articleship experience, they were looking at, what was the manufacturing client experience that I had. And I had mentioned about working on a huge automotive manufacturing client. So my whole line of questioning was just based on that automotive giant, right? And when I had gone to do, had not maybe I remembered 70% of about that client, right? I didn't know 100% about that client. So there were certain questions which, I knew that if I had read properly, I would be able to answer, but I just couldn't because it was a very highly manufacturing based questionnaire because Vedanta is a manufacturing company. So ensure that you do that. If you're applying for a service industry client, ensure that you know. If you're applying for a fintech client, ensure that you know about that client, you know what work they're doing. You try to correlate it, okay, from my articleship experience, what kind of client can they question me upon? Like, if you worked on an IT client, obviously you would have similar questions if you're going into an IT company, right? If you worked on a manufacturing client and you're applying for a manufacturing company, that would be the line of question we have. And they would try to pick out on, what is unique in that company. So obviously, like manufacturing companies, especially with steel import, export and all, you have your export import rules that come in, you have your derivatives and forward contracts that come into play to protect them from, rise in prices, etc. So there are certain things which are niche to that industry. So ensure that you're reading your own client's revenue memo. You ensure you're rereading the work papers and rereading their financials before you go sit on another interview in another company. Because when they ask those questions, you need to be able. Now, the fourth thing is that try building a rapport with the interviewer. So in my Vedanta interview, I made a very silly mistake. And, I told them, I'm like, this is why I want to switch from audit to a manufacturing client so that I don't make these silly mistakes. And I think somehow I guess, and I was a CFO, I was telling it to. So somehow I think they got impressed with that, because I ended up getting the offer for the same branch that I made the mistake in the question that they asked for. So build a rapport with the interviewer. The interviewer is not there to hold a knife to your neck and kill you. No, they're also people, and they want to see people who work with them as a team. So build that rapport with that interviewer. Now, the fifth thing is, especially if you're switching domains, ensure that you have an answer to the question of, why do you want to switch domains? I was asked this question, why do you want to go from audit to a manufacturing? Why do you want to go from audit to financial due diligence? What is it that pushed you? So ensure that you have answers to this question, which are not generic answers, but actually truly their why for you. Like for me, why I wanted to switch from audit to manufacturing was that from audit, you take it from just a regulator's perspective, right? If I go into the industry, I obviously know the nitty-gritties of the company, and that is something that excited me, right? Or why I wanted to do financial due diligence is because, again, there is an impact that happens, right? Financial due diligence is actual impact that you can see, which, affects the mergers of companies, which affects business decisions. And I wanted to be able to be a part of it, right? So whenever you're choosing a company, whenever you're sitting for an interview, ensure that you know your why, right? And that's very, very important. And that is a question they will ask me for sure. So keep that. Okay. And that was another mistake that I made, because some of the times I was just making that answer up on go, and I realized I couldn't have done much better if I just now. The last thing I would say is, give as many interviews as possible. Your first interview is not going to be the best, but it actually becomes a stepping stone for your last interview. Like the offer that, I finally accepted, a lot of the questions from that interview came from, surprisingly, the first round of some other company that I was sitting for, like some other research that I had done. And it just so happened that I got the same type of question. And I wouldn't have known the answer if just the day before I hadn't sat for the previous round of some other company. So you never know. So sit for as many companies, sit for as many interviews as you can, so that you get a hand of, a idea and a feeling about that interview, right? Because let me tell you, I would say at least 35 to 40% of the questions in every interview will probably be the same, right? It'll be, tell me about yourself, tell me why this particular company, tell me about your articleship experience, maybe some technical questions. Do you have any questions for me? This is the rough framework that it follows. So you need to have, that kind of experience, because that just builds with practice. And now when I look back, I can say that, there was that practice which really helped me in cracking my final interview, right? Even though I had cracked the interviews before, my final interview, I remember coming out of that company's interview and thinking that I've got this, yeah. Like, if I don't get this, I at least know that I gave the best I could, But there were other interviews which I cracked, but I knew I didn't give my best, like that wasn't the best that I could do. And that bothered. So these are some of, my tips, the mistakes that I made in the interviews that I gave, and, that I help you out, and, help you when you're sitting for this. Please do feel free to reach out, and, I would love to help people with this